A tale about the ego's pros and cons. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and a serene river, there lived two friends named Elinor and Oscar. They were known throughout the village for their wisdom and kindness. Elinor was a wise and humble woman, while Oscar was a confident and charismatic man. One morning, Elinor and Oscar decided to take a walk along the riverbank. As they strolled, they began discussing the concept of the ego. Elinor, being the more contemplative of the two, shared her perspective on the ego. The ego, she began, can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it gives us a sense of self-worth and individuality. It drives us to achieve our goals and dreams, pushing us to become the best versions of ourselves. Oscar, who had always been a bit more self-assured, said, "That is true, Elinor. Without some level of ego, we might lack the confidence to face life's challenges. It can be a source of motivation and determination." As they continued their walk, they encountered a bridge that led to a small island in the middle of the river. Curiosity got the best of them, and they decided to cross the bridge. As they stepped onto the island, they noticed a group of villagers gathered around a lavish pavilion. Inside, a man named Victor was boasting about his accomplishments, wealth, and power. He spoke with an air of superiority, and his ego was on full display. The villagers were in awe of him, praising his success. Elinor and Oscar observed Victor with a mix of fascination and concern. Elinor whispered to Oscar, "This is a perfect example of the downside of the ego. Victor's excessive pride and self-importance have made him arrogant and disconnected from the people around him. His need for constant validation may lead to loneliness and shallow relationships." Oscar nodded in agreement, but added, "However, Elinor, let's not forget that a healthy ego can also be a source of resilience. It can help us bounce back from failures and overcome obstacles. It's good to have a delicate balance." Just then, a sudden rain shower swept across the island, and Victor's extravagant pavilion began to collapse under the weight of the rain. The villagers hurriedly left, and Victor was left alone in the pouring rain, his ego deflating like a punctured balloon. Elinor and Oscar took shelter under a tree and watched as Victor's pride and arrogance were washed away by the rain. They realized that while ego could provide confidence and motivation, it should be tempered with humility and empathy. As they made their way back to the village, they shared a final thought. "Ego, like the river, should flow gently within us," Elinor said. "It can guide us, but if we let it swell too much, it can lead to isolation and downfall." Oscar smiled and concluded, "Indeed, Elinor, a balanced ego allows us to navigate life's currents with grace and resilience, ensuring that we remain connected to others and to our true selves." And so, Elinor and Oscar continued their journey through life, reminding themselves and their fellow villagers that the ego, when in harmony with humility, could be a powerful and beneficial force. A great way to become more familiar with your state of being is the practice of meditation. You can visit the link in the description for additional information on meditation. Thanks for watching.